Ladies and gentlemen, the undervalued, the ignored, the so-called fools, today we reveal a truth they never anticipated. Shall we? The audacity of mediocrity to mock greatness. They smirked at your dreams, pointed their trembling fingers, and branded you naive. They called you foolish, not because you were, but because they couldn't comprehend the magnitude of your potential. They saw your stumbles and labeled them as weakness. They mistook your silence for ignorance and your patience for passivity. But how little they knew about the storm brewing beneath your calm exterior. Being underestimated is a weapon in disguise. It blinds your critics while sharpening your resolve. Their laughter. It wasn't your downfall, it became the anthem of your transformation. And transformation, it's not gentle. It's chaos incarnate. Caterpillars don't just grow wings, they dissolve into turmoil. And in chaos, my friend, you thrive. They sneered at your plans, unable to see the precision in your supposed madness. Every insult, every doubt, every back turned against you, those were not failures, they were the fuel igniting your ascent. You've been collecting scars, haven't you? But you didn't wear them as burdens, you forged them into armor. Every wound they inflicted only made you stronger, sharper. Steel isn't broken by fire, it's tempered. And now you are unyielding. You've turned every whisper of doubt into a weapon. Every sneer became ammunition, and now you're armed with an arsenal forged in their disbelief. You see, this isn't about revenge. No, revenge is for the petty. This is about evolution. They thought they were dealing with a pawn, but you were the queen all along, calculating, deliberate, unstoppable. And now, as their smugness melts into fear, they realize the truth. You aren't just a piece in their game, you're the architect of a new one. But let me ask you this, does their regret taste as sweet as you imagined? Does their fear feel as satisfying as you hoped? Perhaps, perhaps not. Because the real victory wasn't in their regret, it was in your rise. The transformation was never about proving them wrong, it was about proving yourself right. You've turned every ounce of their doubt into a foundation so unshakable. They can't fathom how they missed the fire blazing beneath you. Now the choice is yours. Do you let them grovel, drowning in the weight of their own arrogance? Or do you walk away, leaving them in the silence that once suffocated you? Oh, the irony. The fool they mocked now holds all the power. The most dangerous people aren't born into strength, they're forged in ridicule. Baptized in fire, reborn in defiance, you are the embodiment of unstoppable resilience. They thought they could break you, but all they did was awaken the warrior within. And now, you don't need their applause. You've built a love for yourself out of the ashes of their disdain. They'll rewrite the narrative, of course, claiming they always believed in you. But you see through their charade. Their words mean nothing, your conviction means everything. Remember this truth: the deadliest force in the world is someone who has been underestimated, dismissed, and ridiculed, because that person has nothing to lose and everything to prove. And you, my friend, are that force. You don't just win, you redefine what winning looks like. Let them laugh, let them mock, let them doubt, because their laughter is merely background noise. You are the storm, and storms don't seek approval, they leave everything in their path transformed forever. Now go. Show them what it means to rise. Unleash your fire and let the world never underestimate you again. But why stop now? The fire within you isn't meant to dim, it's meant to blaze even brighter. The world hasn't seen the full extent of what you can do. They think the storm has passed, but they don't realize it was just the beginning. You are not done, you are just getting started. They fear you now, don't they? Not because of what you've done, but because of what you represent. You are living proof that their labels, their doubts, their rules, none of it matters. You shattered their illusions and exposed the fragile foundation of their arrogance. They can no longer ignore the truth. The person they dismissed, the so-called fool, is now the one rewriting the narrative. And here's the beauty of it all. You don't need to scream your success from the rooftops. Your existence is the statement. Every step you take forward is a thunderclap that shakes their carefully constructed world. While they scramble to recover, you're already 10 moves ahead, building, creating, conquering. Do you feel that power coursing through you? That's not just success, that's liberation. The chains of their judgment, their ridicule, their ignorance, they've all been broken. You no longer walk the path they dictated. You carve your own, with every step leaving behind a legacy they'll never forget. Let them watch in silence. Let their disbelief grow into awe. The once mocked warrior has become the unstoppable force. You didn't just survive, you thrived. You didn't just rise, you soared. And now, as they sit in the rubble of their misconceptions, they realize they never stood a chance. But don't let their regret weigh on you. That's their burden to bear, not yours. You are not defined by their opinions or bound by their rare expectations. You're a force of nature, untamed, unstoppable, unyielding. So what's next for you? You don't stop here because your story isn't over, it's only just beginning. You've proven that underestimation is the sharpest weapon, and you've mastered the art of wielding it. Now take that weapon and keep cutting through every obstacle, every limit, every barrier that dares to stand in your way. The world hasn't seen the best of you yet. What they called foolishness is now brilliance. What they labeled as weakness is now your strength. And what they thought was the end of your story is now the prologue to your masterpiece. Rise higher, burn brighter. Make them remember your name not because you demand it, but because your impact is unforgettable. You are the storm. You are the reckoning. You are the force they never saw coming. Go and let the world tremble. This is your time. This is your triumph. This is your legacy. And still the fire grows. Do you feel it? That relentless surge inside you. It's not just ambition, it's destiny calling your name. The world may think they've seen all you can offer, but they haven't even begun to grasp the depths of your potential. What lies ahead isn't just success, it's a revolution. You've become the thing they fear most. Not a person, not a rival, but a force. A relentless, unyielding tide that cannot be stopped. They tried to build walls, set traps, create ceilings to contain you. But you turned those walls into stepping stones, those traps into lessons, those ceilings into launch pads. And now they stand there paralyzed. They whisper your name, no longer with ridicule, but with awe and trembling reverence. They try to make sense of it, how someone they dismissed could become everything they aspire to be. But you owe them no explanation. Your actions, your growth, your triumphs, those are the answers, loud and unmissable. Look at yourself now. You're no longer the same person who started this journey. You've evolved, transformed into something unstoppable. The pain they inflicted didn't break you, it refined you. The doubts they sowed didn't bury you, they became the roots of your strength. And here's the truth they'll never admit: it's not just your success that terrifies them. It's the fact that you've done it without needing them. You didn't beg for their validation. You didn't rely on their approval. You became a monument of resilience, built entirely on your own determination. But this isn't the end, is it? No, this is merely the next chapter. The fire inside you isn't meant to settle, it's meant to consume. Consume the limits they placed on you. Consume the doubts they cast your way. Consume every obstacle that dares to stand in your path. And so you march forward, not as a survivor, but as a conqueror. Not as someone who overcame, but as someone who obliterated every expectation. You don't just move mountains, you make them crumble into dust beneath your feet. Let them watch. Let them whisper. Let them tremble. Because now you are unstoppable. Every step you take shakes the ground beneath them. Every breath you draw is a reminder of the storm they never saw coming. This isn't just your time, it's your era. And it's only just begun. Keep rising. Keep proving. Keep shattering the illusions they clung to. You are the force they can't contain, the fire they can't extinguish, the reckoning they never prepared for. The world isn't ready for you, but that's their problem, not yours. Go and let your name echo through eternity. The underestimated. The unstoppable. You.